Well, is that why you think there's D?
Maybe.
Is your mic?
Hello?
Is your mic on, Jen?
Yes.
For sure, white mic? Yeah.
White mic?
Not white mic. It flashed up there, yeah?
Which mic? This mic?
Yeah.
Flashed up here, yeah.
Yeah.
How are we this morning?
I'm now getting ready.
Are you eating something? Oh, you're pushing your teeth. Nice work.
Multitask.
How long we got? 4 minutes.
There seems to be another Sophie Pitt trying to join. She's stuck in the waiting room.
It's an imposter!
That's an imposter. So, I'm going to send you an email in about 2 hours, but there's no rush, with our new app thing on it, with Rise On Demand, Rise Live, and some other things that I've been working on. Just have a look at it, tell us what you think. Would be cool.
Chrissy, I need a bum massage. Need a bum massage.
Absolutely no problems.
I thought you were going to say absolutely no chance then.
Absolutely no problems. I
Oh,
can
just
attend
need
to
to
that.
do that. Really juicy piriformis stretch.
3 minutes, 15 seconds.
Yoga in pyjamas is superb. Do it in jammies. Oh, I'm just having a little roll around on the old butt ski. Oh,
Now,
yeah.
if I had white paint on my knees for white, or is this going to be off the floor? That would be
it was on your leg yesterday.
okay, that's good.
You went in the bath last night though, so
Yeah.
it's just like white paint. Take your shoes off on your nice floor.
Oh.
Honestly, it's like a fly on the wall with Chris and Jen. Take your shoes off. Do this. Do that. Nagathon.
If I take my hat off now and cut my hair again.
Yeah, you should have seen how much hair he had around the back of his donut. He missed it yesterday. Right, little.
No, nice and painted.
Yeah, it looks fab. So it bloody should at the price of the paint.
It's sparkly.
Sparkly. Right, let me just.
Fed fishes.
No, I haven't fed the bloody fishies.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Right, going live on Insta.
Oh, so exciting.
Morning, everyone. Just laughing because Chris has got to feed the fishies and he's getting excited because they're excited. If you've not seen our fishies, go and have a look.
They are so happy.
Have you got any? I was going to say he's got his phone there so he can zoom in. But yeah, our lovely little fishies. We've only ever lost one in nearly 2.5 years.
And he was a genetic animal. No, we lost two. We lost cancer fishy and then we lost boggly eyes.
There was one with a big tumour.
Yeah,
he's
lost
gone.
him.
And boggly eyes went. The one who was always floating upside down. Called the Fancy.
Well, I don't remember that one.
Anyhow.
Right, what are we doing today? Flex 5. Flex 5, everyone. Woo! Right, if you've got some sort of jumper, tea towel, strap type apparatus prop, then you're going to need that this morning. If you want tunes, head over to Spotify and search for Flex 5.
Or just, if you're on rise.co.uk/online, the playlist is all there. You can just play from within our website.
You can. So yeah, that'll get you bopping around in the morning. That's what I miss about doing this, having tunes.
Yeah.
Well, apart from people. People are obviously number one. Tunes are next.
Bloody copyright laws, eh?
Bloody copyright laws. Honestly. Right, what we got? Woo, 34 seconds. Awesome. Right, Chris told me I have to be quiet 5 seconds before.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get the sound. So the sound you're hearing now on Facebook, there's an improved sound on a finished version. But I have to meld it all in. It takes too long in the moment.
Alright, so Flex, if you've not done this before, nice challenging little sequence for you, but I'll give you more on that in a sec. I'm going to be quiet for once in my life. Alright, Right team, welcome to flex number 5, numero 5. We are going to get started in a sec. If you've got a strap-like implement, it could be a rolled up jumper, a towel, anything like that, you're going to need that as an extension of your arms later on. We've got some nice stretches, some balances coming up. So big toes together, taking a wide leg child's pose. Flex for those that have not been and joined us before. It's all about having fun, having a little bit of challenge in our routine. Always challenging in the morning anyway, full stop. So yeah, get yourself ready. Knees out wide, big toes to touch, slide out those fingers in front of you. Remember, it's your practice and I want you to adjust accordingly if you need to. So allow the forehead to rest down. If your butt's lifting up a little bit, don't worry. Just breathing away and see if you can sink those hips down towards the heels. Taking a few deep, steady breaths into the nose and then out through the mouth. Just drawing in some energy. It's going to be a beautiful day today. Hopefully you'll be able to get outside and enjoy some of that nature that we keep harping on about. Filling the lungs with lots of oxygen, allowing the cells to revitalise, allowing the body to reset. Just give yourself another 3 full rounds of breath here, breathing into the hips, into the spine, into that space between your ears. In my case, that vacuous space.
Not at all.
Just enjoy that nice little stretch out. You press your fingertips into the floor here and slide your shoulder blades down your back. You'll feel that really nice stretch through the upper back. Just give me one more breath here. And then making your way up into a tabletop. Now draw the knees underneath the hips, but keep the hands out wide. Let's have a little play around with some circles through the hips. Rounding through one way. And the other way, drawing a pretty pattern if you like, with the hips, or in Chris's case, doing penis circles. This is one of the reasons I love yoga.
Oh, I think you'd say one of the reasons you love me.
And Chris, because he draws penis circles. Alrighty, come on back into your tabletop. Let's work up a little movement through the spine. Press into the fingertips, make sure that pointer finger is facing forwards. With your own breath in your own time. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the sit bones nice and high so you get that fish shape at the lower back. And then exhale, squeeze in the belly, round to the spine. Breathe into that separation through the shoulder blades. You can hold either of these positions for a few breaths, or just keep that little roll rippling up and down the spine. I really wanted to bring it to a Tina Turner song that way. I'll save you that. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe dropping the hips to the heels and extending as you lift up. Ooh, there go the elbows. A little click of the elbows. One more little round, wherever you are. And from there, let's find our down dog. Ruff, ruff. Tuck those toes. Inhale, scoot the sit bones high. Loads of knee bend if you need to start.
Oh, yeah. First down dog.
First down dog of the day. Creak, crunch, wiggle it out. I'm joking. I'm as fluid as the ocean. Lifting the sit bones. Nice and high. Again, just have a look at the fingers, look at the hands. Are you set up? You're pressing down through the fingertips. Are you taking a bit of weight out the heels of the hands? And then look to your feet. Are you pedaling out, lifting one heel and the other? Do you feel like you've got length through the spine, length through the legs? That's what we're aiming for. Just a couple more breaths. And then gazing to the thumbs, starting to creep those toes forwards. Finally, your halfway lift. Inhale, nice flat back. Shoulders away from the ears. Feeling that stretch into the back of the hammies already. And then increasing that stretch as we lower down into our forward fold. Head dropping down towards the floor. Just notice how grubby my toes are from being out in the garden yesterday. Lifting up through the sit bones. Have a little play around with the weight of the feet. Maybe moving around from left to right, round in a circle. Maybe taking hold of the elbows in the hands. Just enjoy that rush of oxygen flowing to the upper extremities in your body here. Okay, find your center. Let's bend those knees, root and rise up tall. Reaching up to the sky, drop the shoulders down the back and take a little back bend, just a tiny one. Bringing the hands together in a prayer, back down through the heart centre, lowering down all the way down to the floor, taking a step back, finding your plank, option take kneeling plank if you like, and working your way forwards with the inhale, exhaling, lowering down, elbows scraping past the rib cage into that low plank. Inhale again, lift the chest, lift the heart through the arms. Knees can be down, knees can be lifted, and then exhale your way back into your down dog. Nice work again. Have a little bit of free movement time here. See what feels nice in your down dog. If you feel like a bit more of a stretch in the shoulders, walk the hands further forwards. If you want to stretch into the legs a little bit more, walk the hands backwards. Find whatever suits you this morning. Alright, let's take a little twist dog just for fun. So you can make this a little bit easier on yourself by bringing the toes and the hands a bit closer together. We're going to take a lift up of the right arm, which might be challenging for the balance anyway. Then I'm going to reach over on the exhale, taking the hand to the left ankle or the left shin or the inner calf, wherever is going to be accessible for you. So lifting the hip bones nice and high, breathing in and out. So you can press the heels down towards the ground a little bit more. 3, 2, 1. Swap it over, right hand plant, inhale. Exhale, reach with the left arm. Chris is going for a bit of an opener before he takes that reach across. So you can use that line around the leg to draw you deeper, chest towards the thigh on the exhale. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale, nice work. The left hand comes down. Let's move towards the front of our mats again. Bending the knees as much as you need to walk the hands forwards. You can take a little hop forwards if you prefer. Bend the knees in here. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, down we come one more time. Let's go. Find plank. Step back. Now again, you can take a tap out here. One leg, then the other. Or you can take a marching plank. So lifting one leg, keeping the hips in line with the shoulders if you can. Just alternating that leg lift. So lifting and pointing the toes towards the back of the mat. As I said, if you prefer to take a tap out to the side, that's cool. For 3, 2, keep the gaze down, back of the neck nice and long. And 1, good. Keep that right foot lifted into the air and let's lower down, elbows scraping in and then press back up. And then swap over, right foot down, left foot lifted, inhale, exhale, lower. Remember you can bring the opposite knee to the floor. 2 more of those. Right leg lifts, exhale, lower down, low press. Back again, right foot down, left foot lifts, inhale. Exhale, awesome, all the way down. Press back, find a downward facing dog. And let's take a few knee drives as well, get the abs warmed up. Inhale, the right foot nice and high. Don't let the hips open too much here. And see if you can extend that back leg a little bit more. So stretch out, think about that length from the big toe all the way to the fingertips. When you're ready, let's go. Knee drive, knee to nose. And then exhale to lengthen and stretch out. 1 more, in fact 2 more. Squeeze in. And release, final time. Inhale. Squeeze in. And exhale, release. Good, swap over. Right foot plants. Inhale, left foot high. So you can bring that right heel down to the ground a little bit more. So you're really stretching away through both legs. Very active this pose. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. And stretch up high. Again, 2 more. Squeeze in. And release, final one, inhale, squeeze, and release, perfect. Pop the left foot down, looking forwards, hop the toes towards the feet this time, inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, rolling down. Just spending a few breaths here in this forward fold, hopefully find a bit more space after all that stretching and lengthening through the legs, allowing yourself to hang out in the forward fold, perfect. Great for fatigue busting. Just taking stock of how you're feeling. Good for oxygenating the brain. Calming the nervous system. Alright, you're ready. Bend those knees. Inhale to rise up tall. And exhale, down we flow again. Releasing the long spine, nice flat back. Big swan down. Hands planted in front of the feet. Stepping back into our plank position. Okay, so from here we're going to press back into down dog and find wild thing. So releasing the sit bones nice and high. Again, check out the hands, make sure they're nice and spread out. Press through the fingertips, inhale up with the right leg. Exhale when you're ready, bring the heel towards the butt and see if you can roll your way over into your version of wild thing. So people's wild things look different. You can see Chris has got his left leg straight and his right leg bent. I've gone the other way, I've got my right leg straight, my left leg bent.
Yes.
I know, check us out. If you want to readjust your well thing, just drop your bum down to the floor, readjust your feet a little bit, and then squeeze the lift. So really finding that invigoration through the front body, through the heart, as we lift into this little back bend. You can gaze down to the floor if you're not feeling particularly steady. For 3, keep lifting, squeezing. Think about that opening through the front body as we squeeze and strengthen the back. 2, 1. Okay, slightly tricky transition here. We're going to take the right hand down, flip your way back to a plank, and then throw that right leg underneath the body, okay? So we are in this fallen pyramid. We can then open up through the left arm, so we're extending into a side plank variation. And we're going to take a little squeeze and lower down with the hips, and then a lift. And a little lower, so really working into the side body, and a lift. 1 more. We're going to lower down. And the lift. This time as you lift, bring the left hand back underneath the left shoulder, pivot on the left foot, shoot the right foot high into the air. Okay, from here we're going to find a scorpion leg. So bring the heel to the bum once more, that lifted leg. You can walk the hands back if you feel like you've shifted a bit. Make sure you feel comfortable as you open out that top hip. Bringing the heel to the bum, maybe having a little look underneath your right armpit as you stretch into this strong opener through the legs, through the shoulders. Try and release the shoulders away from the ears. You straighten out that left arm a little bit. If you find that it's got a bit of a bend in, nice adjustment, Chrissy, for 3, 2, alright, 1. Let's have a go on the other side. Find down dog, let's go. Wild thing. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, heel to bum. Flip it like it's hot. Rolling over, finding that arch, finding that extension through the spine. Again, if you want to adjust your down dog at all, drop your sit bones down, and then lift. Inhale. Close the eyes maybe on this one. Exhale. Hi-ho. For 3, 2. Smiley faces coming back. And 1. Forward pyramid. Take the left hand down to the left foot under. Readjust that left foot if you want. Obviously it's easier with the left foot a bit further back. You can always bring the left foot quite far forward outside of the hip. Taking a little time to adjust my hair. I'm joking. You can adjust your hair if you like, Chris. Stretching up, opening out there.
Don't put sellotape on my head today.
I did. For 3, 2, 1. Start to lower that left hip down. Inhale, squeeze. So really building strength here in this left arm, as well as working on that flexibility through the hips. Engaging the back body a little bit as we squeeze the lift. 1 more. And then we're into our scorpion. So, right hand rotates over, right toes tuck, left foot lifts. And bringing left heel towards the bum there. Squeeze it in, have a little peep underneath your left armpit maybe. I'm just eating my necklace, there we go. Really working into that hip, squeezing the glutes nice and tight. Press the right heel down if you can, straighten out that right arm so you're not relying on this right arm to bend. Really pressing hard into the fingertips for another 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Take that left foot down, ripple forwards, find your high plank, inhale. Exhale, lower down, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to down dog. Okay, this is the part where you're going to need your strap. So I'll give you some options if you haven't got anything like a strap to hand. Making your way towards the front of your mat when you're ready. Inhale, find that flat back, that halfway lift. And exhale to fold. So a jumper, a tea towel, a belt, anything like that, dressing gown cord. And your forward fold, soften the knees, grab your strap when you're down here, Chrissy. And then bend the knees, rise up tall. Reach up with the fingers. And bring the hands to heart center. So we are working on some balance. We're going to test that balance out by balancing on one leg. Starting off with the left foot. Release your strap, your jumper, whatever it is you've got. Could be a pair of knickers, I don't know. Taking the strap around the sole of your right foot. So taking both hands around the top of the strap. Inhaling to stand tall and then starting to float up with that right foot. Maybe walking the hands down the strap. Relaxing the shoulders back and down. So what we don't want to do is lean back. Okay, switch on the abs, switch on the lower back so you've got that nice bracket around the core. Alright, so we want to kick up, we want to try and extend this right leg, but if you need to keep a soft knee bend, that's fine. Okay, Okay, so from here, catching that balance, think about pressing down through the foot equally on that left side. Let's see if we can release the left arm out wide and release the right leg out over to the right. Now avoid trying to do I'm a little teapot here and leaning to the left. Think about this long side to the left side of your body, so on that standing leg side. Try not to lean. Feel the glutes really working hard here. It's not necessarily about the leg lift on this right leg. We want to think more about opening up through this right hip. So if you've not got a strap to hand, another variation could be to just hold onto the knee. If you've got a toe bind and you can extend without the strap, then that's an option as well. Right, taking another breath in. As you breathe out, I want it to float back through centre and swap the hands over. So left hand comes on. Take the right arm out behind you or out to the side, depending on how your shoulders feel here. We're going to start to draw that right leg across that centre line to the other side of the body. So you're going to feel that lovely stretch out through the IT band on that right leg. Very similar to what we do lying down with the strap. It's the same sensation. So you're going to feel that rotation through the torso, that open through the right shoulder, but that stretch on the outside of the right hip. You're also developing a lot of strength in this left leg, the foot, the ankle. Perfect. All right, float your way back through centre. Keep hold of that strap if you can. Gosh, my feet are dirty. Take the strap into the right hand. And from here, we're going to let the right foot come behind us as we come into a dancer. So the strap is around the back of the right foot. You can, if you've not got a strap, just take both hands onto the right foot and start to press the foot into the hands. Try not to fall forwards. We don't want the chest to come parallel to the floor. If you have got a strap, see if you can take the hands above the head, elbows towards the ceiling, and then think about the same sort of action, pressing the foot into the strap. So really grounding down through that base leg, opening up the chest, stretching out through the belly. Try not to let that knee flare out to the side on that lifted leg. Keep it in line with the hip. So working towards king dancer here, really challenging for the balance. So find a focal point and breathe. Shoulders relaxed. Nice little stretch out for the triceps as well. For another 3, 2. We're going to take this on the other side, and then we're into some forward folds. And release. Well done. Release the foot. And let the strap go with your little left leg, or leggy, because that's what we call it, a leggy shake. And let's swap the strap around. So left foot into the stirrup that you've created there. Remember, I'll just show you as well, if you can come up as soon as you're ready, but if you've not got a strap, you can take the bind around the back of the legs. You could draw the knee in towards the chest. She says trying to demonstrate too much too quickly and falling over. So any variation is fine if you've not got that strap available. So standing tall, engaging this quad on this right standing leg. So squeeze it and feel the kneecap lift. Press down through the big toe, the little toe, the heel. Find a nice tall spine. Inhale. And exhale. Take the right arm out. Let's have a go at opening out with the left leg this time. So sending the left leg out at a right angle. Avoiding that lean on the right side of the body. Think about height. Think about that hip opening. Are those buns switched on, the glutes engaged? For 3, well done. Don't forget to smile. Cheese. 2, 1. Also, come back through centre. Swap the hands over. Remember, if you've not got a strap, you can just take a hand around the knee. But she says, this always happens when I'm trying to demonstrate too many things. Kick out with the left leg, or have that left knee bent. Left arm out beside, start to draw that leg across the centre line. That doesn't mean to say we want the whole body to turn. We want to keep the hips facing forwards as with the chest. Opening out. If you're feeling super stretchy and balanced, you can look over towards the left or even towards this back hand. For another 3. Make sure you've not got a floppy arm at the back. 2. And 1, good, ready for that dancer transition. So option to keep the strap in the left hand, flip the leg round behind you. You might want to adjust the strap a little bit, just beyond the toe line there. Taking the hands up nice and high. Remember, if this doesn't work for you, lose the strap. Just take a normal dancer. Left hand around the left foot, arms lift. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so you've got option 1, one hand, normal dancer. Option 2, take Taking both hands onto the back foot. Option 3, use your straps. So any of these are perfectly wonderful for you. So keep those hips nice and steady, facing forwards, chest lifts. So a lot of people in dancing, they tend to start doing this. Okay, that's not going to get you into the correct position. So lift up through the chest. So it's all about that little back bend, that hip opening. For 3, 2, 1. Well done. Releasing the foot here, giving both legs a little bit of a shake. All right, circle the wrists if you feel like you've taken a bit of a strain through the wrist. Inhale, rise up tall with the arms. Exhale, hands come to heart center and stepping out wide with the left foot. So we're taking a wide leg forward fold. You can use your strap again here if you want. You don't have to, but it's an option. We're going to work into some shoulder openings. So maybe just taking a couple of wraps around the towel or whatever it is that you've got. If you don't have a strap, then you can simply interlock the hands behind the back. So if you have that strap, you can start to float up. Once you get that comfortable distance on the strap and the feet, make sure that the feet parallel, the toes maybe slightly turned in. Strong through your centre here, so you're not sticking your bottom out to start off with. We're going to inhale, rise up with the arms. Remember, you can do this without a strap. Exhale, release the arms behind you. Try to keep the arms fairly straight, but don't lock out the elbows. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release down. If you think you can take another wide round on that strap, go for it. Inhale to lift. And exhale to reach. Well done. And again, inhale to lift. Undo a ravel there. That was a bit tight. Exhale to release. Right, this time as we inhale, we're going to float the hands up and behind, and then we're going to start to forward fold from the hips. So keep the arms out behind you. Remember, you can take that interlock, that hand if you need to, if you've not got that strap available. So starting to press the sit bones away, coming down with a nice flat back. If you kind of see a reflection in something, just have a quick glance and check that out. So I want you to keep the arms lifted. So option 2, interlock if you prefer without the strap. Taking your forward fold. So lengthening out the spine here, letting the crown of the head drop down towards the floor eventually, and letting the arms tumble overhead.
I'm inspecting the new floor.
Chris is inspecting the floor. So really feeling that hinge from the hips, weight into the balls of the feet rather than into the heels if you can. Maybe have a little shake of the head while you're down here. For 3, 2, 1. Well done. So you might want to release the strap. You might want to use the hands to lift up halfway. And then what we're going to do, hands to the hips. Inhale all the way up and take a big step forwards with that left foot. So you're coming towards the front edge of your mat. From there, we can turn to the front. So we're going to come down into a toe stand. We're still going to be thinking about using this strap perhaps as we come into a cow-faced arms. Now, if you struggle with your balance in toe stand, you can pop a book or something underneath your heels. You could always come down onto the knees as well. But if you're wanting to strengthen up those ankles, then stay in your little toe stand. Strap into the right hand, elbow to the sky, reaching around with the left hand and finding that bind. So if you just look at that, if you can reach, you can take fingertip to fingertip. Okay, so if you've not got a strap, you could just take that lovely tricep extension and take the fingertip and just see if you can reach towards each other. You can always hold on to your t-shirt if you like. So strap is an option. If you don't need the strap, you can just take that bind. As I said, if you can pop something underneath your heels, if you're feeling a little bit wobbly, that is perfect. Alright, sitting up tall through the spine. Trying to squeeze the knees together a little bit more, engage those inner thighs. Well done, we're not finished with these ankles yet. Keep working. 3, 2, 1. Good, right, release that bind. Drop the strap down to the floor and rise up with the arms. Inhale. Exhale, take a twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Yes, I know those ankles are on fire, as are the calves. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, the other way. Left arm forward, right arm back. Ooh-wee. Good. Inhale, rise up. And exhale. Let's have a go at a side crow. So if you've got a side crow in your practice, you can plant the hands down. We'll turn to the left-hand side first of all. Right elbow into the right knee crease. Left elbow, if it will go, into the thigh. If not, you can take it just outside. Alright, so from here, we're going to take a little roll over. So squeezing that belly. Lift up through the sit bones. Bring the ankles and the knees together as we float forward. So you can see I've got one elbow contact, one not. Okay, I'll show you the other version on the other side. But essentially have a little play around with that. Even if you don't get that lift off, you're still getting all of the correct sensations and that build of strength through the core. All right, well done. Bring the feet back down, grab your strap again if you want to use it for your forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale to rise up. Step back with the right foot this time. So really working into your shoulders once more. Find that length of the strap which works for you and that distance between the feet that works for you. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, release behind. Remember to tuck in through the pelvis. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release in front. And again, inhale to lift. Shoulders down, back away from the ears. Exhale behind. Okay, so this time we're going to inhale all the way up and then see if we can start folding forwards from there. So keeping the arms outstretched if you've not got your strap, folding from the hips. And maybe releasing the strap behind you, maybe interlocking the hands if that's your preference, and folding your way down into your forward fold. So allowing yourself just to be guided by gravity here, don't want to force your way down. Same with the arms, just let them hang out, nice passive stretch for the shoulders. Working the weight forward slightly into the balls of the feet if you can. Wait for the inner thighs, wait for the groin, wait for the hammies and the lower back. And it's great to be upside down, looking at beautiful Sheffield in the nice blue sky. Lots of greenery. What's not to love about that? Alright, are we ready? Inhale, take the hands out of the straps, maybe bring the hands to the floor or hands straight to the hips as we squeeze to lift from here. Awesome sauce. Okay, so we're going to take that step forward and take our cow face arm. So big step forwards with that right foot, dropping down into your toe stand once more. Maybe bolstering yourself with a brick if you need to. Maybe coming down with the knees onto the floor. Strap into the left hand if you've got a strap or a tea towel. And then just let it just drape down the back. Keep squeezing the knees together, so if your knees are out wide, that's okay. Just see if you can engage the inner thigh muscles and bring them together. So if you've not got your strap and you can't bring finger to finger, take a hold of the t-shirt, okay? So either variation is fine, using strap or taking the bind with a hand. Nice stretch out down the upper arm, the tricep. Try to lift. And one good, release the bind, release the strap if you have it, float up with the arms, inhale. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back, take a twist, try to keep the knees level if you can. Arms at shoulder height, inhale, come full height. Woo. Exhale, release the other way. Nice work, inhale back to centre. And then finally work around into your hand. Bring both elbows into the leg as opposed to how I had it before with the arm out wide. So rolling the weight forwards, taking that shelf with the upper arms, squeezing the knees, squeezing the ankles, leading with the crown of the head, finding your side crow from there, or whatever your work towards side crow is today. Alright, so from your side crow, I'm just shifting back to the front because I was showing off to the camera. Wasn't really. Alright, bend those knees, inhale, lift the sit bones, find that halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Time we are, alright. Soften the knees, inhale, rise up tall. And exhale, hands down to heart center. So taking a step back with the right foot, we're going to come into a warrior one. Now with a warrior two, you're opening out the hips to the side edge of your mat. With a warrior one, you want to keep the hips moving forwards towards the short side of your mat. Both feet want to be grounded, and you want to take as much knee bend in that front knee as you can. Now if you find this is too unstable, take a slightly wider step out. Okay, so we're thinking just the same with our warriors. We want to drop the hips down. We're going to sweep the arms up nice and high. Inhale. Not leaning forwards, we're going to drop down into that left knee. So if you look at your knee, you want to make sure it's in line with your hip and you want to be able to see your toes. So the knees over the ankle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop down a bit more. Drop the shoulders. Perfect. For 3, 2, keep strengthening down this back leg, pressing down to the right heel. And 1, interlock the hands. We're going to take a humble warrior. Now some people like to heel toe their left foot out a little bit to create a bit more space. So take a lift of the chest, we've opened up nicely through that strap work. So It should feel okay. Lowering down, bringing the left shoulder all the way inside that left knee if you can. Dropping the gaze down so you're looking towards that back foot and letting the arms tumble overhead. Keep an active core on this one. And enjoy a full breath into the body, into your humble warrior, letting gravity take hold of the head and the upper body, sinking down nice and low, working into those legs, really opening through the chest. For another 3, 2, 1. Release the hands. Take the hands on the inside of that left foot and maybe take the left foot out a little bit wider. Pivot on the back foot so the heel is lifted so you're in a lizard pose. Drop the hips down. Have a little movement round through your lizard. You can always come down onto the back knee if you like, and if you feel that you have a forearm variation in your practice today, you can drop down onto the forearms. Just let the head be nice and heavy on this one. No need to come down if you're not feeling it, and you can always keep that back knee lifted as well. You can always keep the back knee lifted and come down onto the forearms. So there's lots of variations that you can take in your lizard. Well done. Alright, good stuff. Tuck those right toes, you ready? We're going to shoot that left leg into the air. Inhale, lift it up, and exhale, bring that left foot back into lizard. And again, inhale, lift it up, exhale, back into lizard. Okay, one more. Inhale, lift, and exhale, back into lizard. Heel toe that right foot back across, and we're going to transfer the weight, so walking the hands all the way back into a toe stand on this right leg, lifting and extending through that left leg and through the left toes into our surfer's lunge, also known as Skandasana. Grab the brick again if you need to pop underneath that heel or bring that front knee down. So you can release the hands from the floor, taking them either to heart centre like me or up into the air like this. So lots of options with the arms, shoulders away from the ears, finding that focus, that concentration, squeezing in the belly for 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Take the hands down and walk your way back to the front of your mat. Frame the front foot and step back into your dog. Perfect. Let's have a go on the other side. So it's warrior 1, remember, hips square to the front edge of the mat. Right foot plants, left foot lifts. Stretch it out. Feel that strength of the legs. Press the right heel down. Inhale. Exhale, knee into chest and pop the left foot forward, Take a slightly shorter stride. If you need to take it a little bit wider, that's cool. Remember, we're looking at that lift up on the inhale. And maybe just shuffling around a little bit till you get that sensation where you can feel you moving down through the hips. Left knee over the left ankle. We're on this side. Let's swap it over. My fault, sorry folks. Right foot forwards, left foot back. So again, adjust if you need to. Working your way into your warrior 1. Arms lift, shoulders back and down. I'm just wiggling my way around here until I find a comfortable variation. So squeezing in the glutes, squeezing in the belly, shoulders down the back. Holding on here. Pressing away really hard through that back heel. I stretch for the calf and the Achilles for 3, 2, and for 1. Good. Interlock the hands. Let's heel toe that right foot out a little bit now. Hips are still facing front. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. See if you can dive down. Nice long spine as you come down. Really good for the lower back, the upper back, this one. If you feel like your hips are moving over to the right a little bit more, just steer that left hip around. Dropping the right shoulder right down, left shoulder right down, gazing towards that back foot. Never easy on the balance, this one, so if you need to release the hands to the floor, that's okay. We lift the arms a little bit higher. Get the hips a little bit lower. For 3, 4, 2, well done. And for 1 final lizard, float the hands down on the inside of that right foot. Maybe you want to take the right foot a little bit wider. Pivot on the back foot and extend the hips down towards the ground. So that left leg is nice and long or the left knee is down. Perfect. Alright, so you've got any variation of lizard, you can just rock it around in your lizard, gently opening up to the hips if that feels nice. You can come down onto the forearms. You can take a knee down. Anything which feels good, just for another few breaths. So we store an awful lot of emotion in our hips, so it's a really good way of getting those emotions out into the open so we can deal with them properly. Same with the tension, you've got to sort of store lots of tension in the hips. Alright, let's have a little go at our stand. No, we've got our little flow, haven't we? Inhale, right foot lifts. Bring it high into the air, and give that chance to the hip flexor to extend. And then flex as we bring the right foot forwards. Try and float the foot forwards rather than lock it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, squeeze and come forwards. One more. Lift. And squeeze. Nice one. Alright, walking the hands around. Coming to the back of the mat once more, this time onto the left leg. So just adjust this right leg accordingly so it's extended out to the side. Knee can come down on this left leg if you like. And you can just catch the balance with the arms long, touching the floor. That's fine. We're looking at length of the spine. We might want to take the hands to the heart centre. Maybe taking the hands into the air. Working hard to keep that balance for another 3, 2, 1. Also floating the hands down. Walking your way back through centre. Plant the hands shoulder width apart. Step back. Find plank. Inhale. Take the weight down. Low plank. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale into our down dog. And a little pigeon hip opener. A nice little relaxed now in pigeon. So taking, let's go to the left leg first. Nice and high into the air. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the left knee behind the left wrist. Really flexing into your right foot. Extending away with your right leg, maybe just casting your glance like I just did over your back shoulder, making sure you're not rolling onto this left side. If you need a bolster, pop a cushion or something under your left foot cheek, and you can stay up high. You can come down onto the forearms, or you might want to melt all the way down. So making this pigeon as active or as passive as you like. The aim though is to try to release through the hips as much as you can. Great for the piriformis, great for the psoas. Nice way to get that bottom relaxed. So focusing on your right glute, making sure it's not squeezing. A lot of people clench the jaw when they're doing this pose as well. So you can let go of any tension anywhere in the body. Just have a quick scan through. Full breath in. Out. Nice work. Just one more breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, rolling onto your left side and sweeping your right leg around at about 45-degree angle. So you're taking this tree leg, so the left foot comes in. Taking the right arm along the inside of the right thigh as we inhale, lifting up and stretching over. Just a bit of a side bend, lateral stretch. Creating a bit of space between the rib cage. Making sure that that left sit bone stays grounded. Might want to have a little look underneath the left armpit towards the sky if you can. Little smile. For 3. You can try and make this leg nice and active by pressing down to that right heel. 2. And 1. Good stuff. Alright, I'm going to come straight into pigeon from seated. If you want to step back into your down dog, go for it. So taking the right foot forward, sweeping the left leg around. So bringing your shin as parallel as you can towards the short front side of your mat. Just glancing behind you, checking that left leg's nice and straight. If you do find pigeon an issue, then you can always bring this 90-90 stretch into play, sometimes called animal pose, and you can fold over from there. It just might feel a little bit nicer through the hips. So pigeon or animal, totes up to you. See how you're feeling. And maybe just, you could always fist the hands and rest your forehead on them if you've not got a grip nearby, or you can melt all the way down. Again, taking just a few breaths here, making sure we've got time to get our wild card in before our Shavasana. Relaxing the jaw, all the shoulders, all the way down the back, down that left leg to your big toe. For another 3. 2. And 1, maybe pressing into the hands to lift your way up. As you do this, you can drop to the right side, reaching around with that left leg, finding tree leg. So it's about 45, so it's not out in front, it's not to the side, just that casual casual angle, taking the left arm on the inside of the left calf. Inhale and exhale. Over we go. Stretch it out, reach it out. As I said, try to avoid lifting up that right butt cheek if you can. Leave the sit bones down and feel that nice stretch through the right side of the body. Maybe gazing up underneath the right armpit.
I like a good flank stretch.
A flank stretch. Flank, what a great word. For 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. Inhale to rise up. Alrighty, shall we have a go fly?
Yeah.
Fly.
Can I do it?
Don't know. Can you do it? Yes, you can. Can you fix it? Yes, you can. Alright, so firefly. Coming up, bring yourself into a little squat position where your feet are
I can't do it.
apart. We have to try.
I'm going to try.
We're going to take the arms and we're going to snuggle them behind the legs. So you want to try and get your shoulders behind your knees. Fingertips want to face forwards. You can get away with turning out to the side. I can't get my palms flat. One thing you can do, if you've got 2 bricks or 2 books of equal size, is you can take your hands down onto those. So that might help you, Christy. You can demonstrate that. Okay, so taking the hands down, snuggling the shoulders right in, switching on the core, switching on the, what's the word I'm looking for? As a balance here. This is the next stage anyway, see if you can take your feet off the floor and just hover. So the crown of the head is reaching forwards. If you,
That's what I want to do.
fall over, as I demonstrated on purpose, it doesn't matter, you just took it wrong. Okay, but that's why you want to keep the crown of the head leaning forwards. So squeezing in through the centre, allowing yourself to find that float. And if your hamstrings are feeling it today, you can start to elongate through the legs. Keep the feet pointed, toes pointed, keep the crown of the head reaching forwards, find that lovely little arm balance, and then floating down, either rolling back as I did before, or bringing the feet down. So there's one to play with, folks. That is firefly, or at least my variation of firefly at the moment. So working towards that, really nice way to stretch out the hammies. We've got a couple of minutes, so let's add some core into the mix. What are you doing up there?
Without the glasses, trying to.
Oh my goodness. Alright, roll on down. Let's find a little bit of core work to finish off. Just give yourself a little hug, roll around onto the low back, tiny little massage. Extend both legs into the air, reach the fingertips towards the toes. Inhale, squeeze the upper abs, squeeze the lower abs. So you can lift the shoulders off the mat, so you can lift the hips off the floor. So squeeze, reach, reach, reach. Just allow the chin to come, the chest to come up towards the chin. Squeeze and hold. Maybe a little pull to the top. 10, 9, 8, 7. Get those hips up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Taking the fingers to the temples, bending the knees to start off with, pressing the lower back into the floor. Let's take some nice, slow, twisted bicycle crunches. So working the obliques as you come across the body. Try and keep the elbows nice and wide. So you're really having to work through the core to reach to the knee. Keep the shoulders off the ground if you can. Really focusing on these upper abs as well. Maybe extending the legs. Opposite arm, opposite knee. Working into that nice release there. For another 10, 9, 8.
Sorry.
Yoga far from good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I think maybe lose count.
It's the first one I've ever done yet.
And 1. Oh, flop down. Ooh, lengthen out the legs, lengthen out the arms. Find the starfish pose. Breathe into the chest, into the belly. See if you can lift and give yourself a nice fat tummy. See if you can open out through the abdominals there. Just give it a bit of a stretch out. And let the belly then sag back to its nice soft position. So from this lovely beautiful starfish, breathing in through the nose, releasing out the mouth. Done a fantastic job today, guys. Well done. There's some really challenging poses in there. Draw in whatever you need on that breath in. And release on the exhale. Just give me 2 more of those. Inhale. exhale. Give the fingers and toes a little wiggle. If you want to take any other stretches, feel free. Bringing the knees in towards the chest, one at a time. Having a little roll around there. And rolling onto your side or rolling up to seated. As I said, if you want to stretch it out a little bit more, be my guest. Taking a nice easy seat.
Be my guest. Be my guest.
Put our service to the test. Tie a napkin round your neck. Shoot. No, carry on. Anyway, when I was like, inhale, right up the arms. Bring the hands into prayer and release down to your lovely, beautiful heart. Bringing the forehead and the fingertips, little kiss pose. And folding forward from there. Well done, everyone. Enjoy your beautiful, wonderful day. Namaste. See you all soon. Have a great day from him, and it's goodbye from him, and it's goodbye from her. What's that?
I don't know.